Tom's Football Book Review. Today I'm reviewing USA 94 by Matthew Evans, the World Cup that changed everything. USA had always been sniffing around after a World Cup, and they got their wish in 1994. One of the conditions is they had to have a national league, and they were going to launch the Major Soccer League. Although they were behind schedule, it didn't actually launch until after the World Cup. This was the first World Cup that basically changed the World Cups, where the emphasis on Americans led the way, sponsorship, merchandise, ticket sales. It was the last World Cup to have 24 teams in it, and neither England, Scotland, Wales or Northern Ireland qualified, but the Republic of Ireland team beat Italy 1-0 in the sweltering heat in a giant stadium. Jack Charlton's further rant later on in a game against Mexico with the officials when they wouldn't let him bring John Aldridge on. It was a World Cup remembered for many number 10s, Stoichkov, Valderrama, Baggio, Hadji, Brolin. Some of these names that were there, some of them at their final World Cup. Who can remember Maradona's celebration when his eyes? Also the tragic death of Escobar. This was one where a few teams such as Saudi Arabia made their debut. Who could forget Bolivia? And this book takes you through it. It takes you through the build up to the World Cup, how the USA got it, and as the tournament went on, the many kits, the many memories. Clinical that Baggio would miss the penalty in the final. Matthew Evans has hit the nail on the head with this World Cup, because USA 94 is often overlooked because of drama and romance of Italia 90. Time when English football was going through major changes with the launch of the Premier League, the number of stars such as Klinsmann, George Popescu, Lily Dimitrescu, Klas Inge Larsson, who would then go on and join Premier League clubs directly after this World Cup. I like this World Cup, and this book emphasises it because as a young lad it was my second World Cup, and without England there it was a chance to really explore international football, see what other teams had to offer. Don't forget the late night kickoffs when most people would be in bed early hour mornings. This World Cup basically helped kickstart what is now a very popular sport in America, or soccer as the Americans like to call it. But it was a World Cup where that Brazil team with them iconic kits, with Mario, Bebeto, the celebrations. They also emphasises the media coverage. Who can remember the BBC Dallas intro for the Holland-Brazil game in Dallas? This World Cup sometimes doesn't always catch the eye of many people, and many people were sceptical of it going to the United States, a country that wasn't really a popular football country, especially on the back of the North American Soccer League, which failed. But there's always been an appetite for football in America, and this helped lay the seeds to the game now, which is very popular over there. Look at the amount of American owners that are in English football and around the world, the amount of American players. One of the few World Cups that did inspire and influence a new generation, with more MLS clubs coming, and a World Cup set to return to the USA next year alongside Mexico and Canada. It'd be interesting if the author, Matthew Evans, writes another follow-up and how the game has kicked on since then. That's Tom's book review. It's definitely worthwhile reading this book.